Continuing from the previous episode 1385. Yu Huan originally thought that the victory was in his hands, but at the last moment, his left arm was completely shattered by Du Qifei's final blow. Buzz. Beneath the phantom black robe in the sky, the black arm was like a mass of black air, which was completely chopped off by the blood-red and demon-colored Lei scepter in Duo Qifei's hand, and then fell to the ground. Above, on the arm, countless mourning sounds are heard endlessly. Obviously, this arm has absorbed a lot of human power. Xiao Yan. At this time, there was an extremely ferocious look in Yu Huan's eyes. It was obvious that he was struck by Lei's scepter, and he suffered a lot of damage to his origin. Fire Heart Heavenly Rock. Although Xiao Yan was using his huge soul power, he couldn't care less about it at this moment. The majestic khaki flame, like a volcanic eruption, emerged directly from Xiao Yan's body. And then under everyone's attention, directly wrap half of the arm completely. Little chops. You dare. Until this time, a chill appeared in Yu Huan's pupils, and it was obvious that he had underestimated Xiao Yan and Du Qifei from beginning to end. Do it, Duo Qifei said in a sullen voice as she endured the severe pain from her body. Destroy it to me. A hysterical roar suddenly emerged from Xiao Yan's mouth. Immediately, the phantom left arm was directly wrapped in khaki flames. After a while, the doctor's body wailed and screamed. After a while, it completely turned into a powder and disappeared into this space. Little chops, little bastard. Seeing that his left arm was directly slashed by Duo Qifei, and was completely wiped out by Xiao Yan's use of holy flame power, under the phantom black robe, a violent aura like a demon suddenly spread out. Peefed. With a sound, the Thunder Emperor's scepter in Duang Qifei's hand also regained its original luster, and then the Do Qi in his body quickly flowed away and shot back towards the ground. Are you all right? Seeing this, Xiao Yan caught her with a stride, but he could sense that the speed of the fighting spirit in his body was staggering. Obviously, the slash just now was powerful, but the price was too high. I'm fine, Du Qifei forced a smile and said. Using the Thunder Emperor's scepter to fight against the 4-star Do Xian powerhouse, it really is a bit reluctant. The next moment, Xiao Yan looked at the ghost in the sky in a state of rage, and murmured. Let's go first. After struggling for a while, Du Qifei said with a light bite on his lips. Don't worry, you don't need to use that thing yet. Seeing Duan Qifei's appearance, Xiao Yan's heart softened, but a majestic fighting spirit permeated out. Yu Han is tyrannical, but he has as many as 3 holy flames on his body, which is enough to resist the Thunder God Scroll and many means of the 5-star fighting immortal powerhouse. Although the odds of defeating them are slim, it is not difficult to escape. Follow me for a while. The next moment, Xiao Yan's eyes became heavy, and he whispered to Qian Ying in his arms. But what about the other participating disciples? Duan Qifei frowned slightly as he seemed to sense the dazzling power that suddenly burst out of Xiao Yan's body. Even if they can escape from here, but can't crack the 3 4-star fighting immortals, then Lei Tum's mortal situation is still impossible to crack. I have my own countermeasures. Xiao Yan said in a deep voice, and then said slowly, through the induction of the Soul Eater, it seemed that a certain Almighty was rushing towards him, and the aura of this Almighty was in harmony with the forging. Qifei has the same effect, and she should be the most powerful person in the Thunder Valley. After struggling for a while, Duo Qifei nodded slightly, even if she didn't even know that Xiao Yan existed. No matter how difficult it was, it seemed to be extremely easy. Little chops, you all suffer. Above the ghostly body in a state of rage, the power of the dark blue slowly disappeared, and it was replaced by a strange light of emerald green. The emerald green light is still full of evil power, but this evil power is several times more tyrannical than the faint cyan light just now. Arrogant. However, this power is just trying to kill us, and it's still short of the fire. Xiao Yan hugged Du Qifei, and the fighting qi in his body continued to nourish Du Qifei's exhausted fighting qi, and the soul power of the spiritual palace in his body was like a tide. Generally frantic. A sharp-toothed boy. Let's see how you deal with it. Su. Seeing Xiao Yan and Duo Qifei looking like this, bursts of sneers erupted under the mysterious black robes, and then the emerald green evil aura filled the space abruptly. At the center of the space, there seemed to be something evil. The thing is extraordinarily enchanting, like the birth of a demon. Interference fighting skills. Eye of gaze. Xiao Yan was not hiding and tucked when he noticed that Yu Huan was condensing a fatal blow. His dazzling soul suddenly mobilized, and then in this space filled with emerald green aura, a pair of transparent the giant eyes slowly emerged. Wang Om! The staring pupil just appeared, and immediately attacked the ghost with overwhelming invisible fluctuations. Damn! What kind of power is this? And while Yu Huan, who was mobilizing the fatal blow, was interrupted by Xiao Yan's interference fighting skills, the emerald green aura suddenly became scattered, and even the evil aura under the black robe was blocked by Xiao Yan. The eyes of the flaming gaze were extremely confusing. Sir, are you all right? Yu Zun and Huan Zun looked at Yu Huan sluggishly. Obviously they couldn't figure out why the two, who were enough to kill with one blow, had such a strange means to get Yu Huan extremely embarrassed. Interfering with soul skills. At the next moment, Yu Huan's body suddenly shook, and the emerald green aura disappeared in an instant, but at this time, a one-eyed slowly floated in this space, and above the one eye, a heart throbbed mysterious fluctuations, constantly wriggling. What a tyrannical interference fighting skill. Duan Qifei, who was in Xiao Yan's arms, replied slightly, and couldn't help muttering. I didn't want to use this trick at first, otherwise people would say that killing chickens with a bull's knife. But this is what you forced me. A frantic wave suddenly came out from under the ghost's body, and the ghostly blue pupils suddenly expanded rapidly in the dark space at a speed visible to the naked eye. After a while, it was the same size as Xiao Yan's staring pupil. Eyes! Xiao Yan and Du Qifei exclaimed at the same time. Obviously, an attack of this level would be a disaster for the two of them. Ming Ze Demon Eye! A loud roar grew into the entire sky, and then Xiao Yan's interference fighting skills also shattered in an instant. Although the interference fighting skills are tyrannical, the interference fighting skills are also useless under the absolute disparity of strength. Fall down, Susu. Ming's magic pupil is about the size of a human eye and only has one eye, but at this moment, a dark blue evil beam of light is releasing waves of death energy. At this moment, the eyes of Xiao Yan and Duan Qifei were also completely frozen. I am afraid that this level of attack is not something they can handle. Mobile version update fastest URL. Dear, click in and give a good review. The higher the score, the faster the update. It is said that those who give full marks to the new ones have finally found a beautiful wife. The new version of the mobile station upgrades the address. Data and bookmarks are synchronized with the computer station, no ads and fresh reading. Continuing from the previous episode 1386. It's too strong. Duo Qifei couldn't help biting her silver teeth lightly when she noticed that the faint blue pupils appeared in the sky, and a sense of powerlessness came out. Don't worry. Seeing this, Xiao Yan still didn't have any fear. He stood up lightly with Duo Qifei in his arms, his eyes locked tightly on the ghost in the sky and the strange pupil. Through the huge soul power, I can find the mysterious power in the pupil. If it is contaminated at all, I am afraid it will either fall or be controlled. It's too cheap to kill you guys. Ming Ze Demon Eyes, let me control them. I must let you taste what is pain. Yuhan stood high in the sky, and strange voices continued to sound, extremely strange. Wang buzzing. Countless blood-colored bubbles kept squirming in the space outside the secluded azure dark blue demon pupil. After the ghostly voice fell, its demon pupil shot towards Xiao Yan and the two of them. Xiao Yan, I'm sorry. And sensing the fast-approaching Ming Ze Demon Eye, Duan Qifei's delicate eyes were slightly red, and there was even a trace of tears, and then the jade hand gently touched the eyebrow at the center of the forehead. The reincarnation rune, a trace of obscure and ancient fluctuations, is slightly released within its body. At this moment, there is no choice. On this level, not yet, and Xiao Yan was naturally aware of this scene with ease. His palm directly stroked Du Qifei's jade hand, a trace of gentle power emerged, and immediately suppressed its reincarnation fluctuations. Since you want to play, then I'll play with you. A cold snort suddenly erupted with majestic power. Hee, I didn't see you wrong as a kid. Just when Ming Ze's magic eye was 10 meters away from Xiao Yan and the two of them, in the dark space, the void wriggled slightly, and then the seemingly indestructible Ming Ze's magic eye, directly he was kicked viciously, and then all the space collapsed, and its demon pupil actually flew backwards towards the location of Yuhan. Who? Get out! Aware of this scene, the Phantom Eyes couldn't help emitting a chill. Obviously, he was able to crack his netherworld demon eye with ease, and his weakest strength was also among the 4-star fighting immortals. Haha, they're all old rivals. Do you need to be so polite? Move, my beloved daughter. Provoke my people from Eastern Continent, you alien race, should be killed. In the next moment in the dark space, a dazzling silver thunder suddenly emerged from the void, and at the same time, an old voice also emerged slowly. Crash! ZZ! As soon as such a mighty voice appeared, the silver thunder burst out in an instant, and then the countless darkness in this dark space was completely expelled in an instant, leaving a palpitating power of thunder. The power is extremely terrifying, and it turned into an old man after a while. Forged Knife Thunder Valley Master. Du Tianhong. Yu Huan looked down and saw a soft silver halo of thunder, completely shrouding Xiao Yan and the two, and in front of the two, one was covered in the middle-aged man with countless thunderbolts was locking himself tightly with a look of extreme contempt. Sir. Seeing this appearance, Yu Zun and Huan Zun also moved and suddenly came to Yu Huan. Needless to say, they all knew that Duan Tianhong's strength was stronger than the three of them combined. Father. Duo Chifei was overjoyed when she saw this, and couldn't help but whisper. It turned out to be the Valley Forge Master. Xiao Yan also breathed a sigh of relief, and then spoke softly. It was obvious that the mysterious aura that the Soul Eater Lord just mentioned was the Valley Master's. Leave it to me next. But there seems to be something in your body. Duo Tianhong smiled at Xiao Yan. Obviously, if he hadn't been eager to love his daughter, he would definitely not have made a move. After all, Xiao Yan seemed to have some trump cards, but Duo Chifei has a special status as a reincarnator, and Duo Tianhong naturally did not dare to take risks, so at the last moment, he made a sudden move. Yes. The two agreed softly, and then watched the shocking battle. Ha ha ha. Duan Tianhong, I haven't seen you for many years. Your strength, it still seems like this? Yu Han saw Du Tianhong appear, and under the black robe, a strange laughter came out, without any fear, even full of madness the taste of. Yu Huan, Yu Zun, Huan Zun. 2.5 emperors, let me today, for the great Emperor Lei Hong, put an end to this 1,000-year grievance. Duan Tianhong smiled slightly, the thunder around him was majestic, and a majestic fighting spirit permeated the entire space. 5-star fighting immortals. Yu Han snorted coldly, apparently feeling an inexplicable and tyrannical pressure from the silver thunder. But the origin of the king of the Burning Soul Clan. I will definitely take it back this time. Yu Han said with a heavy face. Among their extraterritorial evil races, only the great means of Shengen and the angels can completely eliminate them. Similar to Duo Tianhong, the 5-star fighting immortal level cannot be completely erased, so the evil origin is left behind. Once the evil origin is out of the territory when the evil race gets it, the king of the evil race from outside the territory will also be reborn from the ashes and will be resurrected. Then let's see if you have that ability. Duo Tianhong sneered and then waved his hand, and a dazzling giant net of thunder burst forth. Do it! After a while, after thinking again and again, Yu Han said directly to the two behind her. As the voice of the ghost fell, in this space, the cyan light and the emerald light of both Yu Zun and Huan Zun slowly emerged, and even poured into the ghost body continuously. Since it's here, what's the reason for it to end? Duo Tianhong came here long ago, and has been hiding in the dark, and this space has been completely mastered by Du Tianhong, so let Yu Han have great magical powers, also cannot escape. Tinlay net. Watching the scene of the three of Yu Han, Duan Tianhong's densely packed lightning net covered him directly. Wong buzzing. ZZ. The majestic power of thunder and the sound of huge electric current continued to sound from the space, and in a short moment, the bodies of the three were completely wrapped. The power of these two guys seems to be converging towards Yu Huan's body. Yu Huan's power is also vaguely moving towards the barrier of the 5-star fighting immortal? Forging Valley Master, be careful. Xiao Yan felt this strange scene and couldn't help but murmured, and a sense of unease emerged in his heart. Let's capture it. Seeing the three of them look like this, Duo Tianhong sneered. Sacrificing you. Fantasy. Come back. And let Tianshan Honglei network be tyrannical, that Yu Huan forcibly held back the pain that came out of his body, and a stream of faint cyan light and emerald green light came from the body of Huanzun and Yuzun, facing himself. Gather in the body. A war is about to break out. Continuing from the previous episode 1387. This guy. As the voice of Yuhan fell, the bodies of Yuzun and Wanzun suddenly became illusory, and then Yuhan opened his huge black mouth, and a tyrannical suction force suddenly gave the two to him. Inhale into the abdomen. The aura of Yuzun and Huanzun disappeared. Xiao Yan couldn't help saying, looking at the battle of that level in the sky. Yu Huan's strength also skyrocketed. Du Qifei also noticed something. Her beautiful eyes flickered slightly, filled with a trace of worry. Yu Huan, Yuzun, Huanzun. It turns out that they are just the power scattered from your body. Now you are at your peak, right? Duo Tianhong didn't seem to be surprised, looking at the sky. The dark blue and emerald green evil auras constantly surrounded, the ghostly fantasy with soaring breath, murmured. This kind of fusion takes an extremely fast time. Even if Duo Tianhong makes a move, he can't stop it. Not to mention Duo Tianhong has other plans, so naturally he will not easily stop their fusion. Boom! After a while, roars resounded in this thunder world, and even above the thunder world, 1,000 Zhong-sized vortex space suddenly appeared. The cyan and emerald green rays of light are very enchanting, like the light of extinction, completely shrouding his figure, and even the strength of the ghostly sky has skyrocketed. The reason is probably caused by the complete devotion of the two subordinates. 5 stars fighting immortals. Duo Tianhong's body squirmed slightly, his eyes slightly looking at the ghostly aura hidden in the high-altitude vortex. Boom! Duan Tianhong, this time, let's count the new hatred and the old hatred together. The next moment, in the high-altitude whirlpool, the evil auras rolled like a river of blood, and it was not even the power of thunder in this thunder world. Comparable. However, when the two colored rays of light attacked Duo Tianhong with an evil aura like a river of blood, in the thunder world, countless thunderbolts actually formed a round of thunder sun beside his whirlpool. Lei Ri appeared in the world, like a god, suppressing the ghostly aura, and even around the evil vortex, silver chains of thunder with a size of 100 meters slowly emerged. Give me a bundle. A cold snort emerged directly from the corner of Duo Tianhong's mouth, and then the thunderbolts, like soldiers who had received orders, burst into the evil vortex with a fearless fighting intent. Give me back. At this moment, the power of the ghosts has greatly increased, and naturally he is not afraid of Du Tianhong. He also shouted loudly. The dazzling cyan and emerald green energy is directly in the evil vortex, and the silver thunder chains are constantly entangled. This power of thunder, so tyrannical. However, Yuhan has completely devoured the two venerable powerhouses, and their strength should be almost the same as Du Tianhong. Xiao Yan's eyes followed the chains of silver thunder, and his eyes were locked on the depths of the evil vortex. The dark cyan and emerald green two-color evil rays of light, but as time went by, a wisp of silver thunder that purifies all things suddenly emerged from it, but in the depths of the evil vortex, there seems to be something resisting the forging sky. Hung's attack. Amazing, what is this? Xiao Yan's huge soul power couldn't help but emerge, trying to explore the inside of the evil vortex, but after going deeper, a chill that penetrated his heart filled Xiao Yan's body. Xiao Yan, be careful. At the next moment, Duan Tianhong roared, and then the dazzling silver lightning lock shot directly at Xiao Yan. Bang bang bang. After a while, a suffocating two-color evil wave slowly emerged on the surface of Xiao Yan's body, and just as he was about to hit Xiao Yan, he was struck by silver. The lightning lock was instantly broken. This level of evil fluctuations, if it were not for Du Tianhong's protection, Xiao Yan's consequences would be unimaginable. You back away. A force of force directly shocked Xiao Yan and Du Qifei by several hundred meters, leaving the fighting range. That ghost seems to be using the cover of the evil vortex to brew some ultimate move. Xiao Yan said calmly, do not worry, Daddy is very powerful. Duo Qifei smiled contentedly, but the next moment, the Thunder Emperor's scepter in his hand also burst into flames, and the source of this was Du Tianhong. Father, go on. With a coquettish anger, Lei Di's scepter fell off Duo Qifei's hand and shot towards Duan Tianhong. It's good to come. Duan Tianhong had just caught the Lei Di scepter, and suddenly this space changed. Boom! Countless huge thunders suddenly radiated from the Thunder Emperor's scepter, and the man who held the Thunder Emperor's scepter also had a circle of mysterious lines. Obviously, with Lei Di's power with the return of the rod, Duo Tianhong's mastery of the power of thunder has reached a new level. The man on the patterned halo slowly closed his eyes and held the Lei Di scepter tightly. His hair instantly turned silvery white, and even above his hair, wisps of tyrannical current continued to emerge, that kind of terrifying. Volatile, heart palpitating. Yu Huan, one move will determine the outcome. After a while, Duo Tianhong's pupils slowly opened, and his eyes showed a strange silver color, as if there was something shocking in his eyes. Thunderworld. After Duo Tianhong had mastered the Lei Di scepter and the power of the Lei Hong Emperor that he had absorbed, at this time, he was tantamount to having obtained the true inheritance of the Lei Hong Emperor. While Du Tianhong was in such a state, Xiao Yan could clearly feel that the thunder in this thunderworld seemed to be quiet. Under that quietness, there is a kind of frenzy that is close to madness, as if waiting, calling, and obeying their king's orders. If that's the case, then come on. Yu Huan in the evil vortex also snorted coldly, and then the light of the two-color evil force kept squirming, instantly shattering the chains of thunder. Lei, an understated voice, with a hint of laziness, slowly emerged from Duan Tianhong's mouth. Following Duo Tianhong's actions, the thunder in the entire thunderworld immediately gathered towards the Thunder Emperor's scepter, and the power on it was probably enough to easily obliterate any five-star fighting immortal powerhouse. Devil heart and evil eyes. And looking at Du Tianhong's method, countless evil auras rolled over and over in the evil whirlpool, and finally, under the watchful eyes of a few people, they suddenly shrank, and then turned into two slap-sized creatures. Strange pupils. Above the two pupils are the dark blue light and the emerald green light, but no matter which one it is, the energy it contains is enough to destroy the world. Tinlei, prison. A sound of breaking wind, with a strong breath of the Thunder King, slowly permeated this world. At the same time, Duo Tianhong's silver pupils locked tightly on the deep evil vortex. The two-color pupil in the middle, and the Lei Di scepter in his hand suddenly pointed. The battle between the two five-star fighting immortals was so terrifying. Continuing from the previous episode 1388. The Revenge of the Burning Soul Clan, let me take revenge. An evil voice suddenly filled out from the two-color pupils, and then filled the entire space. At this moment, Yu Huan's body had already turned into two-color pupils. Then let's see if you have that strength. Duo Tianhong restrained the energy above Lei Di's scepter and slowly opened his mouth. With his own strength, it was naturally not difficult to capture Yu Han. Strange. Although Tianhong's power is on par with Yu Han, his own battle armor and some other means, even the Thunder Elemental Heavenly Seed, have not been used. He seems to have other plans? Xiao Yan and the two were also outside the battle, but Xiao Yan wondered. Combining with some of the actions of the original Soul Palace, Xiao Yan was aware of it in his heart, but he did not speak. Boom! The next moment, the attack of the two directly reached the critical point, and the shocking fluctuation was about to trigger. Crash! Duo Tianhong raised the Thunder Emperor's scepter, and then with all his strength, he pointed at the two-color pupils in the deep evil vortex. At that time, a dazzling silver thunder power enveloped the Thunder Emperor. The scepter shot directly into the evil vortex, with a mighty and appalling force. Condensing all the thunder power in the Thunder World and the power of the Thunder Emperor's scepter, it instantly tore through the void, with an indescribable destructive energy, turned into a flash of lightning, flickering and swept away into the evil whirlpool. It's good. Facing such a tyrannical blow from Du Tianhong, Yu Han was naturally unwilling to be left behind. He let out a loud cry, and then the two-color pupils also burst into waves of evil, and slammed into the Thunder Emperor's scepter viciously. Bang bang bang. At the moment when the two collided, a terrible sound filled the entire Thunder Tomb, and the Thunder World was directly shaken by the aftermath of the battle, thus restoring the original dark space. As for the high-altitude vortex, the 1,000-meter-sized evil vortex is also disintegrating at a speed visible to the naked eye. Not good. Be careful. In the sky, the Thunder Emperor's scepter wrapped in silver thunder and the two-color pupils stalemate for a short period of time, and the tyrannical energy ripples continued to spread, and the next moment, Xiao Yan burst out. Wang Om! Duo Qifei didn't pay attention at first, until the two-color power in his pupils filled his side, and a touch of indifference emerged. Even when he came into contact with this terrifying power, the power in his body instantly solidified, and his pupils suddenly became frozen. All fell into a state of sluggishness. Hoo, thank you. At the critical moment, fortunately he had Xiao Yan's soul power protection, otherwise there would definitely be some sequelae. In the sky, the Thunder Emperor's scepter and the two-color pupils were constantly fighting, but above the two, like a scorching sun, a steady stream of bright thunder continued to emerge, and then they were blessed in the Thunder Emperor's scepter. After a while, one of the two-color pupils turned out to be bloodshot cracks. On the other hand, the Thunder Emperor's scepter was shining brightly, and it was even damaged by the power of Thunder Sun and Thunder. The place is also restored as before. Feeling the increasingly powerful and tyrannical threat above Lei Di's scepter, Yu Huan's face was also ashen, and it emerged directly from one of the two-color pupils, turning into a black mist, and the screams were endless. Even if he swallowed Yu, the power of Zun Huan Zun has returned to his peak state, and facing Du Tianhong, he also felt a threat of death. Bang bang bang. As the power of Lei Ri and Lei Di's scepters became stronger and stronger, the ghostly evil vortex suddenly shrank, and it was compressed into a size of dozens of feet in a short time, and one after another screamed continuously. Do not. I can't just do it like this. The next moment, in the dark mist, a roar began to roar, and the voice was full of unwillingness. Show mercy, and finally crossed the evil vortex, slamming into its black mist viciously. Shoo! At the moment of the impact, the phantom black mist collapsed in an instant, and the overwhelming azure aura and emerald green aura suddenly emerged from the black mist, and then ran away in the dark space. And go! Bang bang bang! At the same time, Urshi's pupils were also suddenly shattered. It's time to end. Looking at the phantom with such a sluggish aura, Duo Tianhong naturally wouldn't let the tiger return to the mountain. With a big wave of his hand, Lei Ri in the sky emitted a thunderous light in his eyes, and with his dazzling fighting spirit, he directly dispersed the phantom and escaped. The power is entangled. When the silver thunder just touched the two-color evil aura, it was like the residual ice meeting the flames, and it melted rapidly, and the aura in the phantom black mist also rapidly weakened, and it dropped to 4 in a short time. Star Do immortal level. Humble humans. Damn Duo Tianhong, how dare you obliterate this emperor? A roar continued to emerge from the black mist in a weak state. Don't worry, I'm still reluctant to kill you. Before I kill you, you are still useful. Duan Tianhong smiled slightly, as if he was supreme as the Thunder King. You wait, the army of our evil tribes outside the territory will one day completely conquer your great world, and at that time, your world will be completely ruined. Ha. It seemed as if the end of the road was over, Yuhan roared, and then the two-color light spread away. Looking at this appearance, it was like trying to escape. A mere 4-star fighting immortal, and you are still seriously injured. If you escape from me, it would be a joke? Duo Tianhong smiled slightly, and then the Thunder Emperor's scepter suddenly shook, instantly turning into a tyrannical thunder. On the thunder chain, bursts of special and mysterious patterns slowly emerged. Not good. Yu Huan's heart suddenly shook, and then with the help of the two-color light, he ran away quickly. Feng! A cold snort sounded like a king's fury just appeared, and suddenly the power of countless thunders emerged in this world, and then completely wrapped the body of the ghost that was ready to escape. Wang Om! Yu Huan's strength is tyrannical. After Duo Tianhong's two-color pupils were shattered, his source was damaged, and he had no choice but to be completely bound by Duo Tianhong's thunder chains. Let's see where you're going now. Duan Tianhong said with a slight smile, looking at the ghost who was tightly bound by the chains of thunder and motionless. The trip to the Tomb of Thunder should also be over. Watching the phantom defeat of the battle between the two powerhouses in the sky ended, Duo Chifei's eyes flashed and she smiled sweetly. Where is this? At the same time, Hua Fei and other figures outside the Lychee who were controlled by the evil tribe outside the realm also recovered all their spiritual wisdom after Yuhan was bound, but their breath was extremely weak. That's it. It seems that they succeeded. And Mingling Lei Jiao also smiled gratified. However, in this situation, Fang is just a prelude to the storm. Continuing from the previous episode 1389. Why am I here? What's wrong with me? I'm so weak. I can't remember the poison. I just remember that I was in a coma just after I entered the Thunder Tomb. Outside of Lake Kai, all the contestants returned to normal, but everyone had more or less injuries. It seems that the crisis of Lei Tomb was relieved by Xiao Yan and the others. Yun Qi said slightly, "Then what are you waiting for? Hurry up and leave. I don't want to stay in this ghost place for a moment." Mu Zhe said after a while in fear. "In that case, let's go." Everyone nodded slightly, and then the thunder cards in their hands flashed directly. When the crisis is lifted, the Thunder Tomb returns to normal, and it is natural to be able to leave here through the Thunder card. Peefed. Thousands of Thunder cards were crushed directly, but there was a dead silence waiting for everyone. What's going on? When they noticed this scene, all the powerhouses couldn't help but look at each other in dismay. There seems to be some kind of crisis in this Thunder Tomb. Yun Qidai's eyes wrinkled. With the departure of the mingling Lei Jiao, they are the strongest here. If there is any problem, I am afraid. Wait, I hope nothing will happen. Seeing this, Mu Zhe couldn't help clenching his fists, and then looked into the sky. Another place, in the depths of the Thunder Pond. "Jiu Master, this place should be over, right?" Xiao Yan asked tentatively, but he didn't know why. After Duo Tianhong sealed Yu Huan, Xiao Yan felt a sense of unease in his body. The feeling is even stronger than that brought by the ghost, and the source of unease seems to be getting closer and closer to them. Almost. Duan Tianhong looked at the dark sky, and suddenly retracted the Lei scepter in his hand. As for the sealed ghost, it was completely suppressed in the Lei scepter. He looked at the distant sky and seemed to be waiting for something. Obviously, what Xiao Yan noticed, he also discovered. In that case, let's get out of here first. Because of the participation of the foreign evil race, I am afraid that the third stage of the competition will also be forced to end. Duo Qifei stretched slightly, revealing a seductive figure. At this time, the fluctuation of reincarnation was stopped and she suddenly recovered. The breath of Miss Thunder Valley's forging knife. Now, it's too early. Just as everyone was about to leave, a gloomy voice, accompanied by bursts of tyrannical power, filled the space. "Who?" Xiao Yan snorted coldly, and saw a huge crack of several thousand meters suddenly appear in this sky, and a figure slowly emerged from the crack. "This is..." Duo Qifei also turned her beautiful eyes slightly, and this figure gave him a feeling of déjà vu. "Hey, Tianyan, it's just right. The ghostly clan's attempt to erode the Thunder Tomb has been completely suppressed by me." Duan Tianhong smiled slowly, his voice full of pride. This guy. But when he saw this guy, Xiao Yan's holy flame heart wriggled abruptly, and through the human skin, a dangerous aura permeated from the man's body. The big brother is still as powerful as he was back then. The person who came here was Duan Tianyan, the current Deputy Valley Master of Forging Blade Thunder Valley. Old, if it weren't for the injury in the body, I'm afraid it wouldn't take so much trouble. Hearing the red-haired man say, Duan Tianhong smiled bitterly. Susu. When Duan Tianhong spoke about the power in his body, a rare gloomy smile appeared on Duan Tianyan's face, and it disappeared in a flash. "How's it going outside?" Duan Tianhong asked at the next moment. "Everything is fine outside. I saw that there was no turmoil outside, and I was worried about Big Brother and Mayfair, so I broke the Lei Tomb." Duan Tianyan explained. "Is there no turmoil? It stands to reason that although there are 3 strong 4-star fighting immortals among the secluded and phantom clans in this extraterritorial evil clan, there are still some who want to take this and obliterate us. And according to past experience, the battles of the alien races are never alone, they are a close organization. Could it be that the information is wrong?" Duo Tianhong showed a puzzled look. "Big Brother, since the Yuhan family has been bound by you, it is time for us to go out." Duan Tianyan smiled. "Uncle Tianyan," but at the next moment, before Duan Tianyan could speak, Du Qifei smiled slightly. It was obvious to all that Duan Tianyan, the deputy owner of Forge Blade Thunder Valley, had a lot of love for him. "What is this?" After a while, Duo Tianyan's dark pupils stared at the Thunder Emperor's scepter filled with the power of thunder in Duo Tianhong's hands, wondering. "This is the Lei scepter, the relic of the great Emperor Lei Hong. Thanks to it, otherwise I would not have enough strength to deal with the 3 ghosts and illusions." Duo Tianhong smiled, but in that smile, hidden with a trace of treacherousness that is difficult for ordinary people to detect. Lady Scepter, it's really a good thing. Big Brother is sick now. Why don't you leave this thing to me for safekeeping? Duan Tianyan said with a smile. That's natural, then. The Lady Scepter is sealed with 3 powerhouses of the Yuhan family, and the 3 4-star fighting immortal powerhouses are enough to find out some information about the huge organization of the evil tribe outside the territory, and the rest of the interrogation work will be handed over to you. Seeing this, Duo Tianhong smiled slightly, and without any thought, Lady Scepter was thrown directly at the figure. Big Brother still trusts me so much. Duan Tianyan naturally did not shirk. He stretched out his hands slightly, and immediately took the Lady Scepter into his hands. What a splendid energy! It is indeed the famous fairy weapon of Emperor Lei Hong. The Lei Emperor Scepter had just poured into the sky forging flame method, and suddenly bursts of buzzing sounds sounded, as if trying to break free. Xiao Yan, protect Fair for a while, and take her out of here first. Just when Xiao Yan had doubts in his heart, Duan Tianhong's hidden soul voice transmission came into Xiao Yan's mind. It seems that this guy is trying to take risks. Xiao Yan nodded slightly when he heard the words. It was obvious that Duo Tianhong's dark disease, the source of sealing the king of the Burning Soul Clan, had been expelled by Xiao Yan, but this matter, from the beginning to the end, only 3 people know about it. When you're ready, get out of here. The ratio of Dongzhou should also be completely over. Looking at the few people now, Duo Tianhong coughed slightly, a sense of weakness emerged, and then spoke. Hey, wait a minute, Brother Yu reading link to www.yukanshu.com. There is one more thing that needs help from Big Brother. Just when the few people were about to leave the Lei tomb, the fiery red grudge on Tianyan's body suddenly roared, and a majestic aura that was destructive and rotten filled the entire space. The strength of this Tianyan has actually reached the level of a half-step 5-star fighting immortal. What's the matter? Duan Tianhong asked in doubt as he forcibly supported the injury in his body. Let's take advantage of your life, or declare war on the power behind us to declare war on the Lord of Li's soul. A strange voice slowly filled the entire Thunder Realm, and the flame-fighting chi on Du Tianyan's body suddenly transformed unexpectedly. For a cloud of black mist, this space is shrouded. Not good. It's hit. Xiao Yan, Mayfair, run. At this critical moment, Duan Tianhong snorted coldly. Mobile version update fastest URL.